It's hard to collect my thoughts now. The lads didn't deserve that. We've got to do better for the second goal. It's their only foray into our final third in the whole half, by the way. They haven't gone in our penalty area once, only from set plays, 2 throw-ins, I think 1 corner. I don't think they've got in our penalty area, and they've scored from the one time they've got in. It shouldn't happen. But we lost Curtis in that period as well, and it rocked us a little bit again. We've conceded just 5 minutes after Curtis has gone off, so it's another injury blow.
It's a game we didn't deserve to lose, isn't it? Definitely.
No, but it happens. Yeah. They scored 2 fair goals. There's nothing wrong with their goals. Okay, they scored 2 goals from their perspective, a cross and a goal. The first one's a counter of us trying to play out. No problem. We should have 2 penalties. Yeah, 2 penalties, 2 Stonewall penalties. Stonewall, no doubt. They're 2 penalties. I've just seen them. And it's not just that, it's the whole overall feeling in your mouth, the taste you get after the game that something's not right. That's not right, what's just happened there. The lads didn't deserve that. We lost 2-1. We'll pick ourselves up for Halifax on Tuesday. We can't do anything about that. It's an uncontrollable. You can't control the officials. You can't control the decision making. That can't happen though. I don't know what would happen if there was 8,000 in there. Honestly, I don't know what would have happened. It was absolute chaos from the start.
Did the hard work making it 1-1, a worldie from Lawrence. Then we looked the team that could win it, didn't we?
Should be 3-1 up at half time.
Yeah. And
the penalty that wasn't given, so that's 4. They've got to score one of those 3 chances, if not all 3, and then obviously the penalty. So it's disappointing to go in at 1-0. Lads have rejuvenated themselves. A bit of a lull at the start of the second half. They probably had a few set plays. Other than that first 5 minutes, we completely dominated the game. The second half, completely dominated the second half, and haven't taken our chances. So you could say, on reflection, we weren't good enough in both 18-yard boxes on the day.
How's Asante? Any updates?
Yeah, it's the week's about to get worse for all of you. It's been a heartbreaking few days. He's out for 9 months. So we've been dealing with that as a group. He wanted us to win obviously today, but gave his best wishes for all the lads. He just wants us to finish the job, and we played with that energy from him. The lads gave it their all for him, and we will to the end of the season, because he has been class since he's been here, as a human being as well. And that's football, unfortunately, and it's a gut wrencher.
And Curtis?
Yeah, it just doesn't look great.
Great. I'll keep it short for you today, Liam.
James, how tough has that news for Asante been for everyone at the club then in this last few days or so?
You know it. You don't have to ask me the question. It's heartbreaking for the lads. I know him well. Obviously, I've known him a long time. But we have to flip that into a positive and say he's going to come back stronger, because he's got a first-class physio in Nick. He's got first-class treatment here, and we'll try and get him in the operation as quick as possible. There isn't much swelling, which is the good news. That means he can go in for the operation as quick as possible. But obviously, it's not great considering who he is on and off the field for us. But we have to flip it into energy for us, positive energy, that we do it for him. He deserves to be part of this last leg of the season. But you try and you have that energy on the pitch like that today, and you get let down by uncontrollables. We can't control the things that have happened today. Somehow they've got away with the points, all 3 points. Somehow they've done it. But we've got to forget it quickly, and we have to take the positives, because there's many positives from the game, and we take it into Halifax, who are going to come here and obviously give it a right go. It's another big game, and they come thick and fast, so we've got to pick ourselves up. Losses are part of the game. It's an out-tested character for our group. We've had a couple of major blows. We've had obviously Hayden, which is unusual. Dents before Christmas is unusual, and now Quasi, that's 3 big hits. We've recovered from the Dents one, and Hayden managed to get a positive result after that news. But today, obviously, with Gavin not playing, we moved the back 3, and it took them a little time to adjust, and that's where the first goal come from. The second goal as well, we haven't defended it right. We haven't come out to the ball to stop the delivery. But that's what happens when you move players in that back 3. But other than that, the performance was very, very good.
Is there an injury to Gavin, or is he just rested today?
His hamstrings. He can't play 3 games in a week coming back from a 6-week hamstring or 5-week hamstring. So we can't afford to lose him for the long term. He has to come out. He had to come out today. He should be okay for Tuesday.
And what's the injury to Curtis?
It's his Achilles. Sore.
On the performance overall, though, plenty of positives, isn't there, really? When you reflect
completely dominated the game, didn't we? just didn't dominate the ball, we dominated the space. Large periods we had in camped in and we moved it quite well. We got in different ways. We went over into George and got the knockdowns on forward runs. We played through into the link zones to Mandy and Clarkey to start with, and then when they came off, Whelan got in some really good positions and we went round them. Alex got round the back a few times, and George, obviously for the delivery for Nathan, we should score. So we went through, over and round, and in possession you can't do anything else in the game of football. So we did everything there and we dominated the space. There was very few counter-attacks apart from the end. They had a couple where we played one-on-one at the back. Obviously that's going to happen. So I have to be pleased with the performance. We did everything we could in our power to win the game.